I'm Maurice Fleming, born and raised in Manning, South Carolina. They call me Mo Beats. I'm a rap artist. I've been in the music industry since like 2003. So it's been a long time. Had a few bumps in the road, situations happen, jail time, but came back home and got right back to it.
Beats, there's, like you said, we've all got a history. We've all got so much that makes us who we are. But what we're here today, tell me what happened to you.
Long story short, I was wrong place, wrong time, looking out for a family member, giving them a ride. Police end up busting the house. I end up pulling in the yard. They end up arresting me, charged me with a lot of drugs that wasn't mine, and I was facing 25 years for it. And so we took it to trial. Had a good lawyer, Shaun Kent, and he made it happen. Right.
What were the people in your life telling you to do? This must have been a terrifying experience.
Well, everybody was like, they offer you any time? I was like, yeah, they said 3 years, 3 to 9. But me, I was like, I couldn't even do 3 months right now. I'm in the point where I worked too hard to get where I was at, and I knew I was innocent. So I would have felt better going to trial. And if I lost doing 25 years for fighting for something, my freedom, versus just taking 3 years in jail and I was innocent.
What was the one thing, the two things that made you come to that decision?
Meeting with Shaun, he's real confident in himself. And like some lawyers, they don't tell you so much. Like, he actually showed me what's going on, showed me the laws. We sat in here, we went over everything. I'm looking at the paperwork, we looking at the case together. So when I went in the courtroom, I was confident in like, hey, we're gonna go in with our best, win or lose. So that just made me say, let's go to trial. Going into the case, I got to sit with Shaun and we got to work on the case. Went over, he showed me different laws of what they could use in court, why they couldn't use us in court. The evidence they had wasn't really strong. Putting something on me that wasn't on me. And I said, again, just having a lawyer that's educating you, showing you, telling you what's right, what's wrong. And again, I asked him, he's like, hey, I'm a defense lawyer. This is what I do. I want to fight it. Me, I was like, well, let's go. That was my confidence in the case. Just knowing that I know the law, knowing I was right, I wasn't guilty, and having a good lawyer on my side, that was enough for me.
Beats, during this 1 week of trial, which I would imagine this week felt like a lifetime. What was this week? What was the scariest part of this week like for you? What moment were you the most nervous or scared? What moment was that?
When they said they had a verdict and them reading off the verdict out and just got to hear that either guilty or not guilty. I think that was the scariest moment. And we had to hear not guilty on 2 charges.
So not only did you have to hear not guilty, you had to hear not guilty twice. So that moment right before you hear the decision come back, that is your highest anticipation, the highest anticipation moment throughout the case.
Yes.
Same for you, Shaun?
In 23 years of doing this, he is exactly right. That never gets easier. Usually what ends up happening is you're not in a courtroom. You get a call on your cell phone, you have a verdict, you have to get in touch with your client, you have to walk up those steps, you walk into the courtroom, you wait. And then what gets really scary is, Maurice may not have noticed, but all of a sudden you see 10 security guards come behind him, anticipating he's about to do 25 years. And so you got 10 security guards behind him. Then the jury walks into the room. None of them are looking at you. The judge says, do you have a verdict? They say yes. He then reads it and takes his slow, sweet time of reading it. He then tells the clerk, looks like it's in proper form. Then he hands it to the clerk, and the clerk looks at the form. And then it takes clerk forever to read the form. He reads it, the people in the matter, state of South Carolina versus Maurice Fleming. And it takes forever. And my heart is beating through my chest, and I'm trying my damnedest to look cool. And I promise you, I'm sweating like a hoe in church. It's a scary feeling, period.
I cannot imagine that feeling of, your life sentence is here. and we are about to present you this life sentence. So look, again, it doesn't feel like to me, Beats, that you should be sitting here in front of me. So what did your lawyer, but let's act like he's not in the room, right? What did he do right? What did he do wrong to get you to sit here today, and you get to leave here today and go be with your family, continue your music career, continue to do the things that you believe you were put on this earth to do? What did he do right or wrong to have you sitting in that chair today?
Well, I can't say he did anything wrong, because in my eyes, he did everything right. He worked extra hard. He stayed up late night. I don't even think he slept none that week. You know, he was come in the courtroom, he was confident. He made sure he stayed matching. He's the flyest lawyer I met. He made sure he's sharp head to toe. And, you know, he got a great personality. He know how to talk to people. And he was just perfect to me. Like, the whole case, every time he talked, every time he questioned the witnesses, he caught them in he know how to get them to tell a story. They were lying the whole time, so he know how to bring it out of them. And I don't see nothing wrong he did. He did everything perfect in my eyesight.
Shaun, I feel like Beats is not giving himself enough credit as a client. From your perspective, as long as you've been doing this and your experience, what did he do differently? This doesn't seem like the normal case to me. What did Beats do differently, in your opinion, out of the thousands of people you've worked with, that you don't see in a normal situation?
Ashley, you're right. He was as good of any client I've ever had, of not just reading the evidence, but making sure he understood the evidence, making sure he knew what the witnesses possibly could testify. He knew the good information and the bad information. We came in here a week before trial, and we sat in here about 9 hours, the two of us with one of our assistants, and we went through every witness, every page of the evidence. He made sure he understood the law. He knew his case probably better than anybody in the courtroom. And of course, you know, his case is important to me, but it's much more important to him. And he made sure the case was important to him. So he went in there with confidence because he understood it. And so when we were sitting at the table together, it was almost like I had a second associate with me, because he knew if somebody missed something, if somebody said something incorrect, he knew the witness statements, he knew the law. So I enjoyed that, because he took charge of not only his case, but his life. You just got 25 years of your life back. What are you going to do with it? And I think that really, what I really want to know was it all worth it? We sat there for a week. We fought with each other. We fought for your life. You know, we stayed up late, everything you just said, but it doesn't matter if you're not going to do anything with it. What are you going to do with your 25 years?
I'm going to get back to my music career, you know, in the studio. I always wanted to create, you know, help other artists, help other people underground, get mainstream, you know, be a family man, my kids, being able to help my parents, my family out, sister, brother, just being a great person that I am, and just staying out of the way. So I'm gonna stay focused, drop some new. So y'all stay tuned. Got some new music on the way. We'll be back to it.